This is the reason. This is the explanation. You're about to see the reason why there's not an Joe Rogan equivalent in the in the media, no, on the internet. Maybe there are Joe Rogan equivalents on YouTube. There's this guy that has a lot of views on YouTube, but the problem is that all those channels sort of appeal to liberal stances, and those liberal stances make no damn sense. It's like this.
There's this sense, right, that whiteness, right, is under threat. The demographic shifts. The country isn't what all of these racially ambiguous children on Cheerios commercials are confusing the hell out of me.
You see that we are just getting started, and there's so much nonsense already in the sense of that whiteness, well, at least in commercials, is under threat, unless you are, you are announcing a drug for STDs. You're not gonna see whites on American commercials. It's something that it's a fact. And cisgender whites, oh no, please, no, that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
A lot of people voted because their life's too damn expensive, and it was here, and
they voted for. You're telling me, Stephanie, that all of these people who believe that their lives that bread is too high and eggs are too high, that they voted for a convicted fella.
This is the problem. That's what I tell you. She said something common sense. A lot of people voted because life was getting too expensive. It's that simple. That is common sense. That's what Joe Rogan would say. That's what I would say. But the liberals, the actual liberals,
a guy who said we can grab the pea.
I think that a lot.
They voted for this guy.
I'm not defending it, but I think there are tons of people that don't pay attention to, and I'm not defending it, don't pay attention to politics at all. But while we live in the most prosperous country in the world, people are saying life's not fair. I'm not doing well. My son's still living in the basement. I can't seem to get a job.
These are the real issues. But I told you that people are not. Most people, you know what's funny? That in Google Trends is the statistics, the graph that tells you what is people searching on the internet at any given time. The day of the elections, you know what search was trending on Google? Did Joe Biden drop out of the presidential race? I wish I was making this up. Did Joe Biden drop out of the presidential race? So many people are just disconnected. They really don't care about politics. They can barely try to scrape by with 2 or even 3 jobs to pay the bills. They don't care about politics. Okay, maybe we're gonna vote, and all of a sudden, what happened? Joe Biden is not there. I wish I was making this up. It can happen. So you have to, use some kind of common sense and say that people are going to vote in regards of what are their immediate threats, immediate problems and issues. That is the common sense. That's how you craft an effective campaign. That's why Trump, on that debate with Kamala Harris, he nailed 2 things, just 2 things: immigrations and economy. That's it. That's all. Every single topic, he brought that back to those 2 topics because he knew that there were the two levels, the 2 dimensions more closest to the American people.
I don't like the status quo. I'm voting for something else, and he.
I love you to life.
I love you,
but I do not believe that.
I do not believe that, and he has that body language moment. He has that contempt in his face that, man, you have so much contempt for your friend that you love so much. You love her so much, but still, that's contempt. That's contempt, bro.
I cannot believe that.
Yeah, these people are delusional. I really would like to know, since they are so much against common sense? Are the people faking it, or are these people so delusional? As in actually so delusional? I would like to know. Maybe he's faking it. Maybe he's faking it.
And the reason I think you believe it is because you don't want to believe that that's what's really motivating them. It's always the case. People don't want to believe what the country actually is.
I don't want to believe that you actually believe this, man. I want to give you, as a shadow of doubt. I want to give you an opportunity. This cannot be this level of mental illness that you're actually speaking like this.
Because if they believe it, they're going to have to confront what's in them. I don't believe that. They voted for a crook, a person who they know is stealing from, just doing everything to undermine the so-called country that they love. And then they're telling us the BS that it's economics.
We cannot see it due to the quality of the video, but I'm sure that he spit all over the table. I'm pretty sure of that. But then I remember all those reactions of people having these mental breakdowns in front of their TikTok cameras, and I remember, oh yes, this is a real thing. I mean, these people are unhinged in this way. The only difference is that some are on TikTok and some are on the mainstream media giving their opinion. And now this is a CNN panelist loses his mind when another panelist says Americans don't believe men should be able to play women's sports, says arguments is transphobia. These people are insane. This is one of the topics. This is the topic that I'm telling you that most Democrats were against. Most Democrats do not, I repeat, do not support the trans agenda and men's in women's restrooms and men's in women's sports. They don't like that. And I don't know if that's part of the DEI or the anti-transphobic thing. I don't know. I lost track of that. I saw even a new acronym today and I was dumbfounded. I was confused. What did that mean?
I think there are a lot of families out there who don't believe boys should play girls' sports. They're not.
All right, man. You're talking common sense. There are many families out there that don't want boys playing in girls' sports. Oh, God, that is savage. That is. Oh man, did you go full? Did you go full right wing? Are you a MAGA crazy?
Boys, I'm not going to listen to transphobia.
I'm not gonna listen to transphobia. No, I'm not gonna listen to that. And you can see that physiognomy never failed. Physiognomy, the study of how a person looks, he fits the bill to a T of someone who says, I'm not gonna talk transphobia, but this lady is she wants to say something. She wants to agree, but she's thinking, oh my God, if I agree, my job will be in danger. What do I do? Should I agree with him? She wants to agree. She doesn't want men in restrooms as well. And this, oh my God, this, how to say that, artificial or I don't know, joke of a man say, oh no, the transphobia.
I am not going to listen to you call a trans girl a boy.
Are you going to allow me to finish my explanation?
When you use a word that's a slur.
He's not letting him speak. He's not even letting him speak. He cannot let him speak.
I'm going to interrupt. That's not how it is. Jay, they're not boys. They're not boys. They're not playing girls softball. I'm not going to sit there and listen to that.
Let's reset for a second because, look, this is a really heated issue, right? And Sharmichael, I know you. I know that you understand that people have different views on this. I think out of respect for Jay, let's try to talk about this in a way that is respectful.
What? He just said, he literally just said, some families do not agree boys playing in girls' sports. How can you be more respectful? I guess I understand. I understand. Being respectful in this case is they don't want girls playing in girls' sports or trans girls playing. But we cannot say trans girls because trans girls are girls, right? Trans women are women. We cannot say that. That's being transphobic. You have to be more polite, even more polite. Do better. Just do better. Just go ahead. Let's see what is his reply to this.
Okay, so let me rephrase this.
And he's getting it. He's getting it. I mean, how can I? Let's see what he says. But how can I rephrase this in a way that these people don't get so upset and unhinged?
I'm being targeted here.
I don't. No, just to be clear, you are not being targeted.
I am.
You are not being targeted. You're not being targeted. No.
Okay. I'm specifically saying that I know that you are not intending to be transphobic.
He should know that I'm not. But he wants to sit here
I'm not calling you
and
transphobic. I'm saying you're using a phrase.
This is the problem. This is the issue. You can have billions of dollars pushing this. The common sense people, anybody with half a brain is going to listen to this and going to say, what are you talking about? I'm torturing you. I know that you won't watch it without my reaction. I'm losing IQ by the second here. I'm investing IQ, neurons, neuron connection. By the second, losing them, listen to this, because I know that neither you or I would watch it under normal conditions because we are common sense people. That's all. It's not a matter of, you're right wing, you're left wing. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of having common sense.
Give you an opportunity.
So the way regular people interpret it,
that's not regular people. That's not regular people. There's no consensus that these are actually boys. This whole thing about trans girls is a canard. We're talking about a tiny, tiny sliver of the population.
That may be the
and we're
case,
using
but
that
my point in
to
terms
take
of
away
its
healthcare from thousands of people.
Hold on.
When he says a tiny, tiny sliver of the population, he means what? Trans girls or the people who call them boys? Which they are.
Just get to your point.
My point in terms of it.
Yes, I'm losing brain cells. Thank you for pointing that out.
Its effectiveness. Regular people with children look at these things and they say, you know what? This is a bit too far.
By the way, I don't like you, man, calling us regular people. It's just people. It's not like regular people. What is regular people? What is not non-regular people? It's like that cisgender. No, man. Do not call us regular people. We are anything but regular.
I do not agree with this. I don't like this. I think Democrats are going way too much to the left on social issues. They're uncomfortable with it. A lot of people believe that. A lot of families believe that. You may disagree with that reality, but that's why Republicans kept running those ads over and over and over again, because they saw the metrics suggested that they were.
You see that the guy, I told you that sometimes difficult, but the guy with the glasses is breathing deeply. He's trying to control himself because he's so upset. These people are insane. These people are effectively insane. I take that back. They are not pretending. They are effectively insane.
Those ads over and over again and using rhetoric like you just used, saying this is boys playing girls sports. First of all, we're talking about 5 people in the entire country.
What is the language? How do we address this? Okay, I don't know how to address this. Tell me, how do we address what regular people are saying? Because, well, regular people, whatever that means, they're effectively saying that.
We're talking about trans girls being allowed to play with.
You're gonna cry now? You're gonna cry?
People who are in their gender, and if you don't believe, you don't have to listen to me. Listen to the American Medical Association, the American Psychological Association.
The American Medical Association.
This is not about the
Guys, just one second.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I started these shows, and I had a script. I usually had to write my shows, and I had a script with a teleprompter. At some point, like back in August 14th to be exact, I just dropped much earlier than that. I dropped any scripts and I began to do all my shows and all my videos without a script. just going for it. I think I was ready. I'm doing this and have zero script. I still have my teleprompter installed in front of me, but I have nothing in there. At some point I said, maybe my English has become better. My pronunciation, I don't say determine anymore. Thank God for that. But maybe the next step is not only being able to, improvise and being ad-libbing all these jokes and remarks and all the stuff. Maybe at some point I can debate people. I think that is the highest level. And you can actually debate ideas in English. I could debate ideas in Spanish. It would be quite easy for me, but English is a different thing because it's not my first language. But there's one thing. No matter how good I become at English, no matter how good I become at debating, maybe I can polish my debating abilities. Maybe I can dedicate to that. Props to people like Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro who do that without losing, without flinching. That is just awesome. I wish I can reach to that level. Maybe I practice enough. But very different is to debate people who are delusional and unhinged. This is delusional and unhinged. No matter how much English I know, no matter how I can address my ideas and address their ideas in my counter arguments, that would be fruitless. I would not spend waste my time with that. Then I am not saying that, of course, I'm not going to change their minds, and they are not going to change my mind either. Even so, I'm willing to listen to arguments because sometimes you have to be very careful about that. People that you don't like say common sense things. And you say, okay, we agree with this. And this is the point and we agree on. And we were talking about unity. Donald Trump knows that unity is very important to build the United States or rebuild the United States. We need to talk about unity and we need to start of what is the common ground. What do we agree on? Vivek Ramaswamy is great at getting that straight. He's also a brutal debater. The guy is a legend debating, has all the patience in the world. I wish I had his patience as well. But you need to find that common ground. But if there's no common ground and they don't want to have any common ground, if they come in bad faith, there's no debate, there's no argument. There's no way. They are in this bubble. And that's why I tell you, no matter what happens, they will still lose elections and they're going to double down in their identity politics. They're going to double down in whatever they think is working for them. And they know they can't even acknowledge that it didn't work this time. They can't acknowledge their own polls. No, we need to push this. This is the right thing to do. But it's delusional. It's insane. It's against common sense, and whatever is against common sense is going eventually to lose. Because that's how so many people watch videos of Trump. Actually, with the Very Fine People hoax, for example, they watch the 4-minute video and they realize, whoa, I've been lied all this time. Or they are pro men in women's restrooms until they actually meet a man at the restroom and they don't like the experience. That could happen, and maybe at that point they can change. But no, I wouldn't be able to debate with these people. It's something simply not possible.